It doesn't sound like this judge, who the DOJ is arguing with today about the deportation flights. He wants to know why the proclamation was signed in the dark, his words, and why people were rushed onto planes.
Because we want to get criminals out of our country, number one, and I don't know when it was signed because I didn't sign it. Other people handled it, but Marco Rubio's done a great job, and he wanted them out, and we go along with that. We want to get criminals out of our country.
If there was a flight like tonight with these guys, even though it's still being litigated, if there was a flight tonight full of accused gang members and somebody called and said, Mr. President, I know that this is still being adjudicated, but we can get these guys down to El Salvador right now, would you say that that's okay?
I would say that I'd have the Secretary of State handle it because I'm not really involved in that.
Elon got so much time in his hands. It's serious, troops, apart from helping Melania sort of slide into Justin's DMs. Now he's free. Should we dive into the latest episode of When Billionaires Play War with too much time on their hands? Today, Elon Musk gets a crash course in war games 101 from the Pentagon. That's not a joke, it's actually serious. The man who could barely keep a car on the road without autopilot is now being briefed on US war plans for China. I mean, who better to strategize over nuclear chess than the guy who sold, and this is true, flamethrowers on the internet? It's Friday, yeah. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. But here's the kicker. While Elon is busy playing Risk on the world map, back at the home front, he's got a few side quests lined up thanks to having so much time on his hand and being buddies with his VP Trump. First off, I think he's going to help Marco Rubio find his spine. I hear that's been missing since the last vote on climate change. Maybe it's hiding in one of those Tesla cyber trucks. And let's not forget about Miss Kristi Noem. While she's out there cosplaying as an army ranger, have you seen her? I suppose Elon will be somewhere tying her shoelaces together as she looks for another puppy to kill. We wouldn't tripping over the truth, would we? Yeah. Does she ever tell the truth, or is it just all Livette gaslighting? Next up, Elon's got all his time in his hand. He can join forces with Pete Hegseth to scrub the history books clean of any mention of black or female army heroes, because why acknowledge diversity when you can just deny it ever existed? Hey Pete, Elon's in to help you do that one. It's a bit crazy, isn't it? For the grand finale, Elon's got so much time in his hands. Swing by Fox News to install an intravenous drip for Judge Janine Winebox Piro. Straight vodka, I think. Should keep the opinions flowing and the facts minimal. Or non-existent. I think that's what they do on the 5. Did you ever see any truth on that? No. Before he clocks out, by the way, Elon's still got a bit of time to jot down 5 gaslighting headlines for Caroline Yvette. Something like, what should we do? Climate change is just Earth going through puberty, endorsed by none other than, drumroll, you guessed it, Elon's Martian rocks. Do I sound a bit sarcastic? Anyway, should we wrap it up? Because the madness, remember this, if you thought Elon launching cars into space was peak, 2025, just wait until he starts launching nuclear peace treaties. Who needs diplomacy when you got a billionaire with a Twitter account and a starship?
People should not be burning cars of any kind. Now the Trump administration is taking this personally. I mean, listen to Donald Trump in the Oval Office saying essentially that this is worse. This is the worst thing that he's heard of since January 6th.
When I looked at those showrooms burning and those cars, not 1 or 2, like 7, 8, 10 burning, exploding all over the place. These are terrorists. You didn't have that on January 6th.
I'm sorry.
I shouldn't
be laughing.
January 6th?
Look, so what better way to start the morning than Saturday morning than with George over here? What better way to start it? But to your point, though, so I am one of those. Everybody needs to be able to denounce these type of attacks on Tesla dealerships, the harassment that people who own Teslas, like all of that stuff, it should be condemned. There shouldn't be any wiggle room about that. I am less concerned, though, about Tesla stocks. That's just me. And I know a lot of people are more concerned about that. I'm not.
Including the Commerce Secretary.
Including the Commerce Secretary. But I think that, of course, this is Donald Trump's guy. So now everybody, many Republicans and conservatives who weren't exactly EV friendly are now EV friendly.
Yeah.
But I did want to say, to just piggyback off of what Alyssa was saying, is that, and I've also said that Elon Musk would be a problem, not just for Donald Trump, though, but for the Republican Party. And I think that we're seeing this now. And this isn't the first set of polls that have shown that Elon Musk's popularity is going down. But I was looking at, Fox News did a poll today of the top 5 administration proposals. None of them are about efficiency when it comes to DOGE.
Yeah.
So even with Fox News.
And in that same Fox poll this week, they asked, how concerned are you that not enough thought and planning has gone into government spending cuts? 65% say they are concerned. Americans don't want bloated government. They actually don't mind cuts. But they don't think that these are being done in a way that is coherent and rational.
This could have been the biggest win for the Trump administration because nobody likes the size of government and government inefficiency. But, Donald Trump's great gift is empathy. He is able to somehow tap in emotionally to his supporters. And Elon Musk has said that empathy is a bug in civilization, and we shouldn't have it. I mean, this is the least empathetic, compassionate, he's not quite a public official, but public person who's been in government that I can remember. And, since I don't support a lot of the policies that he's actually pushing forward, I'm delighted. This is exactly the wrong face of government reform.
And can I just say, just quickly, just because Alyssa, you talked about he won't be around long, I just want to remind everybody, as a special government employee, he has 130 days to serve within a calendar year. I've said many times before, I think that after the 130 days, Elon Musk will be gone.
It is a convenient out, right? We know that Trump doesn't care a lot about the niceties of the law. He could just go over it if he wants, but I agree, this is a perfect way for him to get out of it.
Musk has also forced Trump into some boxes. He started talking about impeaching the judges, forcing the Chief Justice to put out a statement saying, this is not how you disagree with something that happens in the courts. He, this week, reportedly was supposed to get a briefing at the Pentagon Department about China. Trump then had to say that it would be inappropriate for him to do that, and perhaps they scrapped the plans. So there are a lot of ways that Musk is inserting himself in the Trump administration, trying to throw his weight around. And then Trump has to clean up.
Yeah, he's gotten over his skis. And listen, Donald Trump is somebody with main character energy. He does not want someone else who's overstepping him, who's trying to outshine him, who's trying to step into the role that he has. And I worked at the Pentagon in the first Trump administration. The notion that a special government employee, never mind his, defense contracts, would be briefed on war plans to China. These are the most sensitive plans. We have them, but you wouldn't even publicly acknowledge that we have plans in case something were to happen with China. That is ridiculous. And I think how quickly the Trump White House, they called Hegseth in, they pushed back on it, shows that they recognize that was a massive overstep. Whether it took place or not, I don't know, but I will say that Eric Schmidt was on that byline, the most plugged-in Pentagon reporter at the New York Times, who definitely was getting that from somewhere senior.
Yeah. George, you think that this is fair game for the butt of jokes from Democrats? I mean, we saw that with the late-night hosts and Tim Walz, the former VP nominee for the Democrats. They're joking about the downfall of Tesla and that stock and Elon.
I'm sorry, I'm
Fair
laughing
game?
already. Of course it's a joke. I'm losing money in Tesla, by the way. Okay, but I don't care.
I mean, honestly, virtually every American, if you are invested in the stock market, you're probably losing. If you have a mutual fund, you're losing money on
Well,
Tesla.
you're
We're not
making me
losing
mad.
$112 billion, which is how much Elon's lost. I'll take that loss. If I can afford to lose $112 billion, I'm doing all right.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I'm not losing that much, but I'm losing a lot. So
Well,
we got to get this stock
Probably should
market
still
back.
hold on to your stock. Who knows? Stocks go up, they go down. And coming up next for us, MAGA launches a new war on judges and creates a conspiracy. Plus, is the Democratic Party having its Tea Party moment? Why the old guard may